So at 101, you would assume mental clarity, sharpness, all of it starts to decline. And maybe there is some decline. But my grandmom remembers not just all her grandchildren's names, but she also has 18 great grandchildren, all of who love her, call her all the time from across the world. And she knows everything that's going on in everybody's life.
Wow.
And that kind of mental sharpness is not inherited, it's earned.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So, when I say yoga, I mean meditation, pranayama, and very simple asana practice. Nothing crazy has been always a part of her life.
Amazing. And a lot of times people say that, you know, it's never too late to start. But what
Yeah.
does it like really mean? What I'm trying to say is that if someone 60 years old or 70 years old have never done any exercise, been very sedentary, then it actually by that time they would have seen a lot of damage. So it may
Right.
actually be very late to start.
So, yes, if you've not been physically active, by the time you're in your 60s, you see a lot of wear and tear in
Yeah.
your body. But actually, I want to say it genuinely is never too late to start because our bodies are also very forgiving.
Hmm.
So, the minute you say that I am going to take care of you, your body also starts taking care of you. So, I mean, I'll give you a few
Yeah.
examples. I have my mom who's now 67, 68, and while I think she's always enjoyed walking, and walking is something she used to do, but other than that, I think there was nothing else that really appealed to her. And 9 months back, with a lot of coaxing from me, she's managed to get into simple mobility work, asana work on the mat, and then some strength training. She herself now admits 9 months down the line that it's been transformational for her. And I'm not even talking about weight loss. For me, weight loss is not a direct indicator of good health.
Yeah.
It's just in her energy levels, how she's sleeping, her mood, her ability to climb 10 floors of stairs, no aches and pains. So, all of that has been transformational. So, if she can start at 68 and she also learned swimming at 60, I
She's
think,
learned swimming at 60.
yeah, she entered a swimming pool for the first time in her
At 60.
60s. Yeah.
And she can swim now.
She has realized she loves being in the pool. So she does a lot of pool aerobics
Okay.
because she had some amount of weight to lose and she realized the pool is a very safe space for
Hmm.
her to do it with very
Yeah.
less stress on her joints. So she's a daily at 6:37 in the morning. She's the only one in the apartment pool that
Wow.
you'll see in the Bangalore cold.
Wow.
So I think it's never too late. Your body always supports you.
In talking about it's never too late, you started a competitive sport in your
Yeah.
40s and you've gone all the way to nationals in competitive shooting.
Yeah.
So why don't you just talk about that?
So I think this was my 40th gift to myself. The gym, one of the cult gyms where I used to work out, the floor below had a large shooting range. So every time I went to the gym, it seemed like a cool thing. I was curious. I saw a lot of kids come in and out. So I signed up. They had a 10-day program. I signed up for it. And I realized two things. One is, I think shooting requires enormous, I think most sport requires, but shooting requires enormous mental stillness and clarity. And two, it requires a lot of stability and strength in your upper body and in your lower body.
Hmm.
Both which I think because I've done yoga for so many years, both seem to come easier to me than most others. So after the 10 days, the coach actually refused to let me stop. He said, I see something here which you can really build on. Sign up for a year and let me coach you. And so, I mean, credit to the space also. They really pushed me because it was tough for me to manage training for a competitive sport and also working and parenting. But they ensured I showed up 4 times a week. And they were the ones who in fact said, you are ready for the state, go for the state, and then push me to go after I cleared that for pre-nationals and nationals. So in fact, if you go to the shooting range, you will see a sight of everyone sitting in a row quietly with their headphones on, either meditating or doing pranayama
Hmm.
before they actually go to the range and start shooting. So it requires just the in and out of a breath will ensure that your shot goes out of range. It's that
Yeah.
precise, and you're almost 10 meters away. So I do the 10-meter air pistol, and you're 10 meters away, and there is no room for distraction. So matches where I've done very well, um, I know how my entire day and week has been. And then there are matches which I felt I just threw away because the previous day I would have had a fight, or I would have carried some emotion or some
Yeah.
residue into the next day. And you don't realize it, but your breath changes. The pace of your breath changes based on how your mind, I think, the energy of your mind. And that's it. After that, you are unable to then focus and control.
Yeah.
So people say that, how come you picked up a gun when you're such an ardent practitioner of yoga? But I'm saying that competitive shooting, I'm not a I think supporter of this gun business, but competitive shooting is actually so interlinked with yoga. It's entirely about managing your breath and your mental state, because picking up something and aiming and shooting, most people can do. What sets you apart is, are you able to control your mind and your breath?
Yeah.
So I've loved this journey. It's been 2 years, 3 years now. Absolutely love it.
Makes sense. I think meditation is, I think it's a skill that should be taught in schools.
Yeah.
It's so hard to control your mind. I
Yeah.
meditate 10 minutes every day, but it is the hardest habit that I've ever had to build.
Yeah.